I'm Juliet, and today I'm going to talk about writer's block and ways to get over it. But just so as we're starting off on the right foot, I need to tell you that I don't believe in writer's block, because I'm a discovery writer, but more on that later. Writer's block is basically being stuck about what to write next, usually in the context of a particular story. You can't see your way through the plot to where you want to end up. Your muse has packed up and gone away, which might just be a long holiday, or could be early retirement. Is this you? Are you completely stuck on your story? Okay, let's get you out of this rut and back on track. There are many reasons for not being able to write, and some of them you may not be able to control. For example, you might be very stressed about something in your life, and you confuse this with having writer's block. I would say that, in this case, you don't have writer's block. You just have more important things to get out of the way than writing your story. Once that's sorted, your mind will be freed up again to write. Another reason you could be blocked is because there are too many distractions. These could be on your computer or physical ones, such as kids playing in the background. Obviously, you can eliminate the computer distractions by disconnecting from the internet. We all know we need to do this, but often don't. The physical distractions are more difficult, but perhaps something like noise-cancelling headphones would help focus your mind more. But let's say these are not the case. Let's say that you're sitting at your writing station and you're staring at the computer screen or your piece of paper and nothing is happening. So I need to ask you a question. Are you a planner or a discovery writer, also known as a pantser? Let's deal with the latter first. Discovery writers like me simply have to learn to write through the times when they don't know what's happening. I'm not saying to write rubbish, as some suggest, although technically all first drafts are considered messy at best. But you simply have to let your characters work it out for you. You may need something to kickstart that process, more on that later. But that's basically the deal you chose by being a discovery writer. If you're a planner, however, you have more to go on. You have a plan. Okay, so the scene you're working on isn't coming to you quite as easily as you thought it would. No point in staring at the screen for hours on end. Move to somewhere else in the story. Possibly the next scene, but perhaps something completely different, and start writing that. You can always go back to the troublesome scene once you have a better idea of how things are going to pan out. If you're somewhere between a planner and discovery writer, this could work for you too. So, what are some things that can kickstart the process? My favourite would be write something completely different, such as a short story. This will help to refresh your writing muscles and clear away the cobwebs. You could even set yourself a ridiculous challenge of writing a story in a certain length of time or to a specific word count to get the writing juices going. The more ridiculous the better, I'd say. That'll put the fun back in your writing. You could use a prompt. Take a prompt that's seemingly totally unrelated to your book and use that to inspire the scene. You might never use this version in the final book, but at least it got you writing, and, to use a much hated business term, thinking outside the box. You could read a book for a short while. Now, I know some people don't like to read in their genre while they're writing because they think that somehow they will end up sounding like that book. I don't believe this. Your writing is an amalgamation of everything you've read and everything you've experienced in your life. Reading is writing fuel. The more you do it, the better your writing will be. The more you read in your genre, the better genre book you'll write. While you're reading, you might even see a trope that's perfect for the scene you're writing. Or, if all that fails, going for a walk is a good option. While you're walking, your mind will, even if you don't force it to, mull over your writing predicament, and might even come up with the solution. so don't forget to take something to note down your ideas while you're walking. Whatever you do, though, don't let it be nothing. The longer you leave it before starting to write again, the harder it will be. Just like starting to exercise again after a break.